Hello students, welcome back to your science class. So students, in the previous class in this chapter, that is cell, we were talking about the difference between unicellular and multicellular organism. If we discuss about the unicellular and multicellular organism, they differ from each other on the basis of some of their properties. And that is, unicellular organisms, they are made up of only one cell, while in case of a multicellular organism, they are made up of more than one cell. Obviously, if an organism which is made up of only one cell, so there will be a lot of a workload will be there on that particular cell, because that cell itself have to perform each and everything. So ultimately here in this case, the cell have to perform everything and the control and the coordination occur, but that occur between the cell organelles only in case of a unicellular. The division of the labor is not there in case of a unicellular, and due to which we can say the efficiency become less. Even the grade of organization in case of a unicellular is acellular. Compared to that, if we talk about that of the multicellular, so multicellular organism consisting of a mini cell, so there is a division of the labor. It means the workload is divided to different types of cells. It means different cells, they are allotted for their own function, and due to which that will help in enhancing the efficiency of the multicellularity. Since the division of the labor is there, workload is less, students, and the result, it will be good. Here one more thing is there that I want to add, that is, in case of a unicellular, if one of the cell die, it will be death of the living organism, because the living organism itself made up of only one cell. But here, the dead cell will not going to lead to the death of the living organism, but that will help in the protection, and ultimately the dead cell will be replaced by the new cells. In case of a multicellular, cell organelles, coordination between the cell organelles as well as the different types of cells, the different cells which is present there, the coordination, control and coordination between them, cooperation between them, also take place in case of a multicellular organism. Later on, we have started to understand the different shape and size of the. In case of the shape, then we had started to understand the shape and the size of the cell. So you see, the different cells are having different shapes, like we have seen in case of a nerve cells, blood cells, including white blood cells or red blood cells. They vary from each other. Their number also varies, students. So the number of cells also vary from each other. Muscle cells, they differ from that of the nerve cells, and osteocyte, which is a bone cell, differ from the other cell. So this is what we can say, that the cells are of different shape. Size also, there are cells which is very larger, like ostrich egg is there, which is the largest cell, and the very smallest one is the cell of Pupiello, which is of mycoplasma, so that is known as a pleura pneumonia like organism. So that is having the smallest cell. So we can understand that here the cell is not differ from each other on the basis of the shape, but also on the basis of the size. Even the number of the cell also vary. If you talk about the RBC, students, so the number of the RBCs are countless. Okay, and while in case of a WBC, they are less as compared to that of the RBCs. RBCs are in million, WBCs are in few thousands. Okay, so on the basis of that, yes, we can say that the number of cells also varies here. Now, depending upon the basis of the constitution, depending upon that which one is modern and what kind of a constitution they have, what kind of a constituent they have, we had classified the cell also into two types, and that is prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. If we talk about the prokaryotic cell, so the name itself says pro means primitive, karyon means nucleus. So the nucleus which is not developed, the nucleus which is not true, that we will include into the prokaryotic cell. In case of a prokaryotic cell, not only the nucleus, but there is no such nuclear membrane is also present. So here we will write some of the important features of prokaryotic cell. Important features of prokaryotic. So we have seen few things already. Absence of the true nucleus. Nucleus is not there. Then absence of the nuclear membrane is there. Not there. Means nuclear membrane is also not present. So since the nuclear membrane is not present, so there will be no difference between that of the nucleoplasm and the cytoplasm. I will tell you what is that we understand by nucleoplasm and cytoplasm, student. Actually, in the cell, the liquids are present. Fluid is present in it, and in the cell nucleus is present, student. So this nucleus is also having a fluid, and this cell inside that of the cell membrane, which we call as cytoplasm, is also a kind of a fluid which is present here. So cytoplasm is there, and the fluid which is present in the nucleus is called as the nucleoplasm. And if we collect both of them, it means the cytoplasm and nucleoplasm, it will be what? It will be a fluid which is present inside the cell. So collectively both of them, we use a term for it, and that is called as protoplasm. So protoplasm is the fluid present in the cell which include both of them, that is cytoplasm and the nucleoplasm. Okay. So if no nuclear membrane will be there, so the fluid which is present in that of the nucleus will also get dispersed into the cytoplasm. So ultimately we are not able to differentiate between the protoplasm material, between the fluid of the protoplasm. Also membrane bound organelles are also not present here. Membrane bound organelles, what are the things that we include in the membrane bound organelles? So endoplasmic reticulum is there, mitochondria is there, Golgi apparatus is there. These are some of the cell organelles which are membrane bound, and they are present in the cytoplasm, but in case of a prokaryotic cell, these are absent. Ribosome is present, students. So ribosome is present in case of a prokaryotic cell, but this ribosome is of 70S type. So primitive type of a ribosome is present. Now the kind of a cell wall which is present in the prokaryotic is the cell wall is made up of chitin. The cell wall is made up of, cell wall is not made up of, so the cell wall does not contain, the cell wall does not contain chitin or cellulose. Chitin or cellulose. Okay. Instead, it is having peptidoglycan unit. Instead, having peptidoglycan units. Peptidoglycan units. So cell wall does not contain chitin or cellulose, instead having peptidoglycan unit. Okay. Now the genetic material which is represented by DNA, it is also present. It is also a single circular DNA is present. So genetic material is represented by single circular DNA, is single circular DNA. Okay. As well as some extra cellular chromosomes are also present, called as plasmid. That is called as plasmid. So we can say here genetic material represented by single circular DNA which is having some extra cellular chromosome that is called as plasmid present in the prokaryotic cell. These cells, they used to divide by a simple method like that of a binary fission. Okay, binary or a multiple fission. These cells divide by simple methods including binary and multiple fission. Binary and multiple fission. So this is what student, these are some of the important features of prokaryotic cell. Now moving on, and if we will see the important features of the eukaryotic. See, eukaryote means what? Eu means true, karyon means nucleus. So which is having true nucleus, such kind of a cell is a eukaryotic cell. All the plant cell and the animal cell, we will include them into eukaryotic cell. So let us see some of the features of eukaryotic cells. Important features of eukaryotic cell. So you see here, this cell's eukaryotic cell is well developed and advanced type of a cell which is having true nucleus in it, consisting of a true nucleus present in it. Whatever the cell organelles which is present in it, it is membrane bound cell organelles are there. Okay, so it consisting of a membrane bound cell organelle. So the first feature of the eukaryotic cell is nucleus is very well developed. Nucleus is very well developed, surrounded by double wall structure called as true nuclear membrane. Surrounded by a double walled true nuclear membrane. Double walled true nuclear membrane. Next is DNA and genetic material are also located inside the nucleus. Located inside the nucleus. DNA and genetic material are also present inside the nucleus. DNA, it is not circular in nature. DNA, it is not circular in nature. Here, the DNA is associated with a protein that is called as histone protein. So, DNA is present which is not circular and consisting of a protein called histone protein. So, DNA is associated with a protein called histone protein. That is called as histone protein. Ribosomes, absolutely, ribosomes is also attached with the endoplasmic reticulum, and that is why the name of the endoplasmic reticulum will become a rough endoplasmic reticulum, that we will discuss later in the same chapter. So, ribosomes are usually attached to the endoplasmic reticulum represented by ER. It does not mean that all the ribosomes are attached with the endoplasmic reticulum. There are some of the ribosomes which is present as a free ribosome which float free in that of the cytoplasm. So, ribosome of ATS type is also present. Ribosome are of ATS type, which consists of which consists of 40S and 60S subunit. (40S and 60S subunit). Okay. Mitochondria. Here, in case of a prokaryotic cell, we have seen, student, that mitochondria was absent. But in case of a eukaryotic cell, mitochondria was present. So, mitochondria are present. Mitochondria are present, where obviously the function of the mitochondria that it help in producing energy. It is also known as the powerhouse of the cell, and the reason it help in storing the energy. Which energy? The energy which we get from the food and oxygen. So, the oxidation of the food, whatever the energy will be released, it will be stored in the form of a ATP in this cell organelle that is called as mitochondria. So, mitochondria are present where energy production that is ATP formation. Energy production, that is ATP formation, takes place. ATP formation takes place. So, mitochondria are present where energy production, that is ATP formation, takes place. Next one is membrane bound organelles are present. In case of a prokaryotic cell, we found out that no membrane bound organelles are present, but in case of the eukaryotic cell, membrane bound organelles are present. So, membrane bound organelles including Golgi apparatus is there, student, endoplasmic reticulum, mitochondria, all are present. Golgi bodies, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi body, endoplasmic reticulum, etc. are present. Next is centrioles are present. Centrioles are present. Okay, so mitochondria are present where energy production, ATP formation take place. Membrane bound organelles including Golgi apparatus, reticulum, endoplasmic reticulum, etc. is present, and finally centrioles are also present, student. So these are some of the important features of the eukaryotic cell. We have understood what is the prokaryotic cell, and also we have understood what is the eukaryotic cell. Now let us try to understand that. Let me tell you one more thing, students, that the eukaryotic cell is the well-developed cell, and such kind of a cell is present both. It means if we say plant cell or the animal cell, both of them are eukaryotic cell. Like both of them are having the well-developed cell. Now let us try to understand the difference between the plant cell or the animal cell. What happened here? There are some of the organelles which are not present in the plant cell, or which is present in the plant cell but not present in the animal cell. Like cell wall, which is the outer covering, a protective layer is present outer to that of the cell membrane, plasma membrane. This is basically present in the plant cell. But in case of an animal cell, no such cell wall is there. What is the role of the cell wall, student? It helps in giving shape to the cell, plant cell, help in providing turgidity if water is not present there. Then, in case of a plant cell, plastids are present, which included chlorophyll, which include the chlorophyll or chloroplast, chromoplast and leucoplast. So it is responsible to carry out the process of photosynthesis and giving color to that of the plant. But in case of animal cells, you know that since we do not need to perform the process of photosynthesis, so no requirement of a plastids are there. So no plastids are available, no plastids are present in case of an animal cell. Then a large vacuole is present in case of a plant cell. But in case of an animal cell, vacuoles are present that help in storage. It acts as a storage. It helps in storing the food. It helps in storing the water as well as that of the waste material. But it is smaller in size and number. It means it is many in number in case of an animal cell. In case of a plant cell, only one large vacuole is present there. So this is some of the basic difference that we will found in case of a plant cell and the animal cell. So let us understand by writing the difference between that of plant cell and animal cell, students. So difference between plant cell and animal cell on the basis of its properties. So, difference between plant cell and animal cell. This is the plant cell and this one is the animal cell. Plant cell and animal cell. This one is what, student? This is the properties. Properties. On the basis of the properties, we will distinguish between that of the plant and the animal cell. So, the first property is, that is size. So what kind of a size is there of a plant and animal cell? So comparatively, animal cell, plant cell is larger, or we can say it is bigger in size than that of the animal cell. So we can write here that the size of the plant cell is usually larger, while in case of the animal cell it is usually smaller. I am writing it in a very simple manner, student. If you want, you can write in a sentence that will make you to understand the thing very clearly. Although this kind of a chart will help you in the exam, where if you want to revise all the thing, you can simply see the property. On the basis of that, you are able to write it. But in case of exam, you have to write it in a full sentence. Okay. Next one is cell wall. So, is cell wall is present in the plant cell? Absolutely, cell wall is present. So, we can write it here that it is present in the plant cell. But in case of an animal cell, there is no cell wall is present. So, it is absent. Cell membrane is only present. Now, since because of the presence of the cell wall, what kind of flexibility is there? So, it will be not flexible. It will be not flexible, while in case of a, it is flexible. Why? In case of a animal, sorry student, it will be non-flexible because cell wall is there which is providing rigidity to it. So, it will be non-flexible. While in case of an animal cell, it will be flexible as compared to plant cell. Next one is plastids. So, I told you that the plastids, which is basically divided into three types, that is chloroplast, chromoplast and leucoplast. This will help in carrying the process of photosynthesis. So, obviously, it will be present in case of the plant cell, but it will be absent in case of the animal cell. So, present in plant cell and absent in animal cell. Then, chlorophyll. How will it differentiate? Actually, plastic is divided into chloroplast, chromo and leucoplast. So, the storage of the fat as well as giving or helping in giving color to it is also a role of a plastic. So, chlorophyll, obviously if the plastids are present in the plant cell, so it is present in plant cell, but there is no such kind of a process of photosynthesis is carried by the animal, so it will be absent in the animal cell. Next one is the vacuole. Yes, vacuole is present in case of a plant cell as well as in the animal cell, but usually one and large vacuole is present in the plant cell. In case of an animal cell, vacuole is present, but it is very smaller in size and many in number, or two or more in number. So, it is vacuole. Usually, large vacuole. While here, very small vacuole. Very small vacuole is present in case of a animal cell. Then, position of the nucleus. See, in case of the position of nucleus. See, in case of the plant cell, the nucleus, because of the presence of a large vacuole, the nucleus will move to the side of the cell. Okay. So, it is not present at the center, but it is present at the side of the cell. Where in case of the animal cell, it is almost present in the center. So, by the side of the vacuole. By the side of the vacuole. Here, almost in the center of vacuole. Almost in the center of the vacuole. Centriole. So, centriole. So, in case of the plants, centrioles are absent, while in case of the animal cells, centrioles are present. Then students, number of a mitochondria in case of a plant cell is few, while in case of an animal cell is more. So, number of mitochondria. In case of a plant cell, it is fewer, while in case of the animal cell, it is more in number. Okay, so number of mitochondria in the plant cell is less as compared to the animal cell students. Okay.